this is part of Turk and Quijano's response to the discovery form that I gave to them in response to the fact that they were trying to, they were trying to evict me. So, I mean, one of the things that the lawyer said during the first hearing was that I had checked off every single question that I could check off. And in fact, see, here's the discovery form. Discovery form. This is what you fill out when you are trying to deal with an eviction. He says be sure to check no more than 30 questions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Sixteen, 17, 18, 19, 20. Sorry. Let's see. 21, 22, 23, 24. These I wrote myself, but I did not ask more than 24 questions. And then document request, it says check as many boxes as apply, and I did that because you can just sort of make as many document requests as you want. So, that was just another situation in which they just tried to portray me as being entirely unreasonable. And again, their entire strategy has been to portray me as being just like too mentally ill to have my own apartment, and the source of all the problems, rather than being a continuous target of aggression and dishonesty. And really just, very unpleasant behavior from the property management since I've moved here. So yeah, this question in particular, this question was number 22. There's nothing I can really do about the numbers. It's just kind of how they worked out. But this is the only one they answered with this sentence at the end of the question. Like almost everything they answered with this. This request is beyond the proper scope of discovery, of being inadmissible and not reasonably calculated to lead to discovery of admissible evidence. And furthermore, it is overly broad and unduly burdensome. Right? I mean, it says basically they answered every single question that way. They did. Yeah, beyond the proper scope. Right, and the only documents that they provided in their response form were just things I already had: the copy of the lease, the copy of copy of letter terminating tenancy, notice terminating tenancy, and then a copy of the cease and desist letter. And even the things that they said they would provide, a couple things they said they would provide a rent ledger, they didn't. They said they would provide, some work orders. They didn't. Not in their initial response. They didn't. It was only after the first hearing and after the meeting that I had with them that they provided any actual documentation at all. So, and then this question, they put this at the end of it too. Much of this request is also vague and unintelligible. I mean, of course, again, them trying to portray me as just being, incapable of understanding what's going on, incapable of responding to what's going on, incapable of, trying to interact with them in a normal way, incapable of dealing with the process, incapable, just trying, they basically trying to portray me as being crazy, throw me out. That was it. I'm sure that was the entire plan. So let's read the question. Please provide documentation for all maintenance, repair, and other physical work done at Braintree Village by all businesses which do not directly work for Braintree Village or Peabody Properties and which were hired by Braintree Village or Peabody Properties to do work at Braintree Village. Please provide this documentation starting from February of last year, 2012, and on a continuous basis to the end date of the court's decision about the eviction proceedings which Peabody Properties has brought against me. All right, so that is a lot of documentation that I was requesting, and I did try to revise kind of how I asked for it during the first hearing. I provided just a one-page list of questions. It wasn't even an entire page of questions. So just asking for information about maintenance work done around the building. And the reason I had originally asked for it to be this from last year is I wanted to see the frequency with which work usually is done in and around the buildings. That's why I asked for documentation since before I moved in. right? And then this, I asked for it this way because I didn't want them harassing me. I didn't want them to keep harassing me. I wanted them to have to be accountable for, you know, how much work was done in and around the building. I understand maintenance work has to get done. You know, I understand that the property has to be maintained. Repairs have to happen. You know, I mean, just you gotta maintain the grounds, all of those things. You know, but that's, I think that certainly the activity that's been done around this building has been excessive, and it's been since I've been here. And in fact, during the meeting that I finally had with them, September 25th, they provided this, which answers this question. I mean, these are the people who was the most obnoxious. Although they did have other people that were here. I mean, there were times when it was somebody in and around the building, like literally every single business day. Different people just doing different things, all loud, you know, that kind of thing. As far as like peaceful enjoyment of you know, the premises that you live in, I'm the one who's had that disrupted for me. And yeah, they hired these people a week after I moved in. My move-in date was March 8th. That's when they hired these people. So I did that was, you know, the sort of answer I was looking for when I asked this question. And then I asked this question, didn't get. I mean, I don't think I got any real answer to that at all. I mean, you know, they're just. It would be nice if they would just be reasonable about that. And then here's the terms of lease. The initial term of the contract shall commence on April 1st, 2013, and terminate on November 30th, 2013. The initial term. Following the initial term, if contractor is not in default of any terms of the contract, and this contract has not been terminated by PPI, the term of the contract will be extended on a month-to-month basis until canceled by either party, giving 30 days written notice of cancellation to the other party at the address on page 1 of this contract. And then here's the cost. Here's the cost of the contract. And there's the breakdown of it. Right, that was sort of how they would sort of, yeah. So, you know, I mean, it's just that's kind of just what it's been like to live here. Yeah, that's how I've been treated by property management. Have been treated by the lawyer for the most part. It'd be nice to reach an agreement. That would be nice. Absolutely.